As we're ready to move forward to create our third part, I want to show you some advantages that you can take if you already have your other parts made. So I'm going to show you how to make a lap joint. You will have a lap joint that starts out at 16 inches in length and a lap joint that starts out at 13.5 inches in length. It's really important to realize that the one starts out at 13.5 inches, not 12, 13.5 inches. On my screen right now, I have our top 16 from our very first part that we did. And the first thing that we're actually going to do is we're going to do a little bit of deletion. Our holes, our pre-drill holes, are going to be located in a different spot. So we're just going to go ahead and take this extrusion and we are going to delete that. And it's going to tell us it's deleting our sketch, and that's fine. We're good with it deleting our sketch, and say OK. So now you're back to just 16-inch board. So I'm going to do an example of how you would make your 16-inch lap joint. First thing we're going to need to do on the face is we are going to make a new sketch. And we're going to draw a rectangle. And we want to start that rectangle at the corner. And we're going to drag that rectangle. And then I'm ready to dimension that rectangle. The dimensions of the rectangle are going to be 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 inches. That's my first rectangle. And this is the area that I'm actually going to cut out. So I'm going to extrude this out the whole way. I need to do that on the other side as well, and it's important that it's at the opposite corner. So on the left, I was at the bottom. So on the right, it needs to be at the top. So again, I'm going to start out with my rectangle. Important that you have the green dot saying, yep, you're in the center. And I'm ready to dimension. Again, it's going to be 1 3/4 inches by 3/4 inches. And now I'm ready to extrude. I'm going to come over. I'm going to use my extrude tool. I'm going to select my profiles. I'm going to say that I'm going to cut them. And for my distance, I'm going to say all, because I want to cut it the whole way out. And hit OK. And here's my part. Now, when it comes to our pre-drill holes on our lap joints, we only need 2 pre-drill holes per lap joint. So both the 16s and the 13.5s are going to be lap joints. So we're going to do a new sketch. We're going to make our circle. We're going to dimension our circle. And it's still going to be 1/16 of an inch. That has not changed. Move that back into place. Says Martin is not very good with the move tool sometimes. What am I doing wrong? I think I finally got it selected. Yes, I needed it to turn blue. When it was blue, it was selected. So I know that that's going to go approximately right there. But again, I can't guess. I do have to dimension it. From the vertical edge to our center point is always going to be 3/8 of an inch because we're working with 3/4 inch lumber. And then in my vertical direction, I may have said vertical here, this is horizontal. In my vertical direction, in this case, it's going to be 1/2 of 1 3/4 inches. This is 1 3/4 inches. So 1/2 of 1 3/4 inches is 7/8. So from my top line to my center point, I want this to be 7/8. And then we need to repeat that application in this corner. I'm going to try something. I'm going to go ahead and do my location dimensions. This is 3/8. Before I do my size, I think that will help me with the moving. I think I can avoid having to move because the center point's always going to be the same. think that worked. So now I'm ready to extrude those circles, and I will have my pre-drill holes. It is important that you select both of them. We're going to subtract all and hit OK. And one really important thing I forgot to say that I should have said at the beginning of this video, because I'm actually manipulating my top 16, it's really important that you do a file save as. If you just did a file save, you saved over your project. I meant to tell you this at the beginning. I'll actually put a note in the video so that will be made available to you. And this one is our lap 16. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to do a separate video where I show you how to take your lap 16 and change it to your lap 13 and a half, so you don't have to redo the cutouts or redo your pre-drill holes. That's all for right now. Take care. Have fun.